Have you ever heard of the so-called halo effect? This psychological principle refers to the tendency of a human being to assign positive qualities and traits to physically attractive people. That's why in the last episode I told you to put quite a lot of effort into your profile picture, do you remember? In this episode we're going to take a look at a whole bunch of these psychological tricks, and we're going to find out where on our Fansly journey we can put them to good use to boost our site's earnings even more. Furthermore, I'd like to show you a free mobile app called FansCity, which might be one of the coolest helper tools I've ever seen. And with that being said, I'm the summary guy and welcome to part 4 of our series on how to make bank on Fansly. Now let's take a look at another psychological principle known as the Primacy Recency-Effect, which refers to the tendency of a person to recall the first and last item in a series best and the middle items worst. This is why you want to take the best 10 seconds from your full version PPV videos when you create your preview videos, for example. When it comes to the frequency, how often you should post promotional content on your Fansly, you want to apply the so-called mere exposure effect, also known as the familiarity principle. People tend to develop a preference for things merely because they are familiar with them. Reverse engineered and applied to our Fansly profile, it means that far more Fansly users are going to visit our profile after they have seen 5 to 8 promo posts from us on their For You page in the first place. This, on the other hand, leads directly to a specific number of promo posts you have to schedule every day. But don't worry, we'll get to that. Another sneaky way to gain followers and especially paying subscribers fast is using a psychological effect known as FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out. That's why one of your daily tasks is to reset the expiration date of your subscription tier's discount offer, for example. In reality, you want to run this discount permanently. But when there's an expiration date on the discounted price, visitors and followers alike tend to subscribe because of their fear of missing out. It's a bit sneaky, but efficient. The only reason, by the way, why there's this super expensive tier on our Fansly profile is based on the next psychological principle called the compromise effect. This principle is defined as an individual's tendency to choose intermediate options. Let me tell you about a real-life example in this context. I'm sure you're familiar with the German car manufacturer Volkswagen, right? The only reason why Volkswagen introduced their luxurious model called Phaeton back in May 2002 is based on the very same compromise effect. The people in charge at Volkswagen were fully aware, of course, that such a luxurious model goes completely against their very own brand, since the name Volkswagen literally translates to normal people's car. But what happened was that all of a sudden their flagship called VW Passat, whose price they intended to raise, did seem to be a good deal in comparison to the 120k for a VW Phaeton. To be honest, my wife and I never ever expect someone to sign up for our all-inclusive or girlfriend experience tier. But it makes our premium tier kind of a good bargain all of a sudden, doesn't it? What else do we have in our bag of psychological tricks? One of our daily tasks as a Fansly creator will be to respond to messages from our followers and subscribers. And I strongly advise you, whatever you do, never ever write the word no. This is based on the so-called framing effect, which means people decide between options based on whether the options are presented with a positive or negative connotation. No is the most negative expression in the English language, and there's simply no need to use it. Just out of curiosity, which two words would you guess are the second and third most negative? Write them down in the comments below. Remember that you can always say no without ever having to use the word itself. Let's say you're asked to send out a spicy photo from yourself from one of your followers before he will subscribe to your premium tier. Total nonsense, of course, and you immediately tend to reply with no, right? But if you do, you will lose a potential buyer of your content, and you definitely don't want that. So instead, just reply with a written response like this. Let's make a deal, shall we? You subscribe now and I'll send you a selfie from me, which I will take only for you immediately after you've signed up, and I will send it to you for free as your very own personal worker present. Oh, by the way, have you seen that I even run a promo discount on my premium tier? But hurry, this discount will expire tomorrow. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on it. And just like that, you went from pissing someone off to increasing the probability of this guy signing up for one of your premium tiers by 80 to 90%, simply by avoiding the word no. And you know what's the coolest part regarding these psychological principles? You can even tell someone that you're going to use a psychological trick on him or her, and it will work anyways. Let me prove to you how strong these psychological principles actually are by simply asking you one question. Ready? Please do not, I repeat, do not think of a purple elephant right now. See? Although I asked you not to think of a purple elephant, I'm quite sure that it wasn't a black gazelle you were thinking of. We can't do anything about it. That's what makes them so powerful. Now, please allow me to show you an app I came across recently, which is not only free to use, but which dedicated its services to boost profiles of content creators like us. It's called FansCity, and it's a marketplace with both a desktop as well as a mobile app version where you can earn some extra money by selling promotions, and you can even exchange posts for free, like when you do a shoutout for shoutout with another creator, but instead of spending time trying to find creators who are willing to do a shoutout for shoutout with you, you'll have them all in one place on FansCity. And it gets even better because these guys managed to fully automate this process, which means you only have to set up your offers on FansCity, and then all you need to do is to accept or reject requests from other creators. It's almost like a passive additional income because your posts will be published completely automatically after approval, and they even get deleted automatically back on FansCity after published successfully without keeping them. And there's even more, because FansCity is designed from scratch as an all-in-one platform. This means they have integrated platforms like, for example, OnlyFans, Fansly, Fans Central, Twitter, and soon even Instagram into their app, which allows you to bulk post your content to all these platforms simultaneously with just a few clicks. Personally, I haven't seen such a feature on any app on the market up until now. And there's still even more. In order to prevent fraud and fake statistics, FansCity provides real subscriber stats and top percent rankings from both adult content creator platforms as well as from every integrated social media site. Also, they guarantee a fair deal, which means, for example, if you purchase a shoutout for shoutout post and the model deletes it before the ad period ends, FansCity guarantees a full refund of the money to you. And last but not least, there's even a referral program, which allows you to increase your passive income even further. I wouldn't talk so enthusiastically about an app if I wasn't absolutely thrilled with what FansCity has to offer. Simply click on the link in the description box below, sign up for free, and check out the features of FansCity for yourself. It's worth it, I promise. Coming up next, in our final episode number 5 of this series, you will find out how everything we've seen so far serves us for our goal to fill the Fansly calendars in no time. Also in episode 5, I'm going to reveal a really cool surprise which I've been working on for the last 2 years. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now navigate to the description box below where you can find the link to FansCity. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button in case you're not following my channel yet, and stay busy until we meet again. Until next time.